This is another professional person in our community, white male, who spoke at the press conference. What did you hear? What did you see on TV? Why would all this newsworthy information concerning the loss of human life, why would it not be published? Why would it not be presented? Why would it not be a desire? Why would it not be a desire for those in power of controlling the news media to make sure that the people in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and the state of Georgia and around the nation get the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say? Let's see what this individual has to say.
I'm Dr. David Cole. I work for Valdosta Schools. I work with Hilla as a teacher and now as their supervisor to the principal. Stefan was my friend. He was a good man. He was a godly man. And I come to you and appeal to anyone who has any information regarding his murder. Please come forward. It's the right thing to do. We all want justice.
Are you sure we all want justice? Are you sure? If we all want justice, should we not report the news? Should we not inform the people who may have information that could lead to the conviction? We had better wake up. All military personnel stationed at Moody Air Force Base with your life on the line. You better wake up, brother and sisters. Not black folk, both black and white right people and others. Christian, Muslims, and Jews, you better wake up. Or you gonna lose what you fighting for in foreign countries. You gonna lose it here at home while you fight for theirs, but you lose your own.
We don't know what happened that night. We need this closure. Stefan needs this closure so we can move forward. Just want to make that appeal. If you know anything, any bit of information, please come forward to report us. Thank you.
Well. How could all this be wasted? How could it be wasted? It seems strange in a metro city, but it is what it is.
My name is Nick Harden. I'm one of Stefan's co-workers.
Yes, sir, and he was ignored as well. Yes, sir. He worked with the man. He was ignored.
My name is
NAACP again. Young black man. He was ignored as well.
If you have any questions that you'd like to ask anybody else.
Now they're going into a question period. This is mostly when the press just eat up stuff like this, because these questions are valid questions. And let's just see that do you know anything about this? Was any of this published into your ears so you would be better informed? Let's just listen without interruption.
Yes, please speak.
Reverend Rose, at this press conference, has anyone from the Sheriff's Department been here or talked to you or anybody concerning why they are not here, or that they would not be here? In addition to that, what about other members of law enforcement, maybe the Chief, Simon, or our elected officials? Are they concerned about this? This affects the total community. And so, did anybody contact anyone on this subject? If so,
I'd be glad to respond to that. Sheriff Prime was here at the last news conference, but he was not invited to this news conference. This is for this community and this family, and we want to put pressure on him and other law enforcement.
Another question. I understand that we think that there were a white person involved in the murder, but I understand that white clubs has not been properly, in my opinion, and from what I've read, they haven't been going and looked into as if though it's just a black club. I think that have been investigated. So, have anybody heard anything about why that practice may have been done, if it was done in that manner?
I have absolutely no information about that, George. No. All we're saying is that there's somebody out there who knows what happened, and we want him caught, killed. Maybe Mrs. has something else, but I have absolutely no intention.
One other thing, y'all excuse me, one other. I have heard again, and here again, I'm involved in the community, so people come to me and they say things to me. They say that there's a great possibility that this may just turn out to be another cold case that will take 2 or 3 years to resolve. And so why do you think that is running rampant in the black community, perhaps the white community?
Let me be clear about something. I have said from the beginning that unless there is community pressure, nothing is going to happen in this case. I still stand by that. However, I want to make sure everybody understands that the NAACP, the SCLC, and every citizen of this community who is committed to securing justice will not rest until the perpetrators of this crime have been caught. That's it. If anybody thinks that this is going to fade away, they better think again. It will not. We will not allow it to.
I also would like to have the CIA, the FBI, have their question. I came down to check on my nephew.
I have been in contact with the Atlanta office of the FBI, and we may have some answers about that in a few weeks.
We can only speculate in terms of why, and I do mean why. In my most humble opinion, this was not reported to the general public. Listen, please.
All right now we're going to hear from the other Edgerton.
I've also called the FBI in Atlanta myself. I've talked to the Rainbow Coalition. And what we're looking towards moving into is making sure that the Sheriff's Deputy Department is willing to move this into a hate crime.
Into a hate crime. Was that reported? Well,
The unjust murder case can be classified as a hate crime unless they send forth that information to them. And because Stephon, before he passed away, he did identify his shooter as a white male, there's a strong possibility that we can move this to a hate crime, and the FBI should and shall be involved in this case.
All right.
Well. It seemed like to me I have proven my point, that there is a pattern and practice of keeping the citizens ignorant in our beloved community. And whether you know what I'm... Listen.
George Foster Rams doing what we do, because we want you informed. There is no need for the people here in Lowndes County to be deaf, dumb, and blind to the times and have news excluded, especially that takes place at public meetings such as this, public events. It's time for it to stop. And listen, please.
Like, they won't get away with things because it'll always ride in their heart. It'll always be in their mind that they snatched a person from somebody's family.
This is Stephon's daughter, I understand.
Because they can't live with it. And all I can say is, may God have mercy on us.
If you'll notice, you don't find the venom of hate that we hear today on certain radio stations or even about our president. You don't find the hate that you find on the streets today from this family. It was pretty the same during the death of Willie James Williams and the other people that have died in the jail with questions unanswered. But yet the black man and the white right people of our community seems to have more faith in this government than those who are in the government. And I do believe that one day God will bring about change, even here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, South Georgia, and the state of Georgia in general. Listen, please, as we continue. This is the mother. This is Stephon's mother. This is Stephon's mother. What did she say in the South Georgia news media outlet? What did she say? Or was it reported? You decide. But here, we, like Paul Harvey, want you to have the rest of the story.
Say that y'all may know him as Warren Gotti, but I know him as Stephon. And even as a little boy, he was talented. He loved the Lord. He loved people. And he always tried to be there for them. If there was somebody he could help, he would do that. And not only was he a good husband, he was a hands-on daddy. And, you know, for my son to be snatched away from me at such an early age and shot down like he was an animal hurts me deeply. I don't hate the person.
Yes, she said, I don't hate the person. We don't hate those who are in positions to keep us informed. But we must acknowledge that as we have followers of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we also have followers of Jesus Christ. We also have followers of the Pope of Rome. We also have followers of Buddha. We also have followers of Joseph Smith. We also have followers of Lester Maddox, Sheriff Bull Connors, and others who traveled that road of unwicked decline. But we also have those who believe in the supreme being who is the creator of love and said to us, love your neighbor as you love yourself. We who believe in that will continue our struggle because it has been predestinated by the God of our ancestors that in the end, truth, right, and justice will win. The question is asked, who killed Stephon? The question remains, who killed Earl Evans over in Brooks County? Who killed the Densons? Who killed the Wootons? Who killed the others, like Mr. Reverend Barnes talked about over in Brooks County? Who killed many people that seems to have been forgotten, but not by God? And one day, they will receive their just reward, with or without us, the freedom fighters of this dispensation. She said she do want justice, and that was from the mother.
Checking in from B96. You hear it here, live. We're in Gotti's house right now.
That was live. It was on V96. It was on radio station alive. And we're going to close out because the Honorable Lee Henderson interviewed the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And we want you to listen to a little bit of what he had to say. And we're going to close this out. But before that interview, let's listen to a little bit more. After all, you got a right to know.
Definitely call in. If you have any leads, you have any information, definitely call us. It's Big Nick checking out. It's B96.
So it is. And of course, they closed in prayer.
Let the words of my mouth,
because that's what we do.
meditation of my heart, be accepted in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Dear God, we thank you for being a God of justice and a God of love and mercy. We pray, Lord, for the Edgerton family. We pray, Lord, for the assailant.
About that, but it needs to be talked about. It's going on 4 months now. And they assured me that they're going to encourage the sheriff's department to turn it over to the FBI as a hate crime. That's nothing to slight the competency of the sheriff's department. But when it comes down to my father, I want to do whatever it takes. I don't care who I may hate. Like, everybody just have to get over it. He lives to tell who that shooter was from a person.
Did you hear what she said? He lived to tell who that shooter was. Was that published in the newspaper? Was that on your TV? Was that published in the news? Why not? That seemed like you should have a desire to know this information. Not only in this, but at public meetings and city council meetings, county commission meetings, and other public meetings here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, the state of Georgia, should be televised. There's no need of keeping the people dumb and ignorant. Who benefits from that? Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall set and make you free. I'm going to close this out. Let me go back. Let's listen to her again. Let's listen to her again.
About that, but it needs to be talked about it, going on 4 months now. And they assured me that they're going to encourage the sheriff's department to turn it over to the FBI as a hate crime. That's nothing to spite the competency of the sheriff's department. But when it comes down to I want to do everything. I don't care who I make hate crime. Like, everybody just have to get over it. He lived to tell me that she would bring blood from a person.
This is KVCI.blogspot.com, Boston G.B.R. We have had 130 people here, and they are...
At the end of the program, there was 150. I stand corrected. There was 150 people. We counted right for adjournment. There was 150 people, but much of the news-worthy event, I must say, were ignored.
All concerned about receiving justice in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia. We know that Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. That is with 30 jail deaths, and allegedly 8 of them committed suicide while in custody of law enforcement. Lowndes County, Brooks County, and surrounding counties for years, decades, has been a place wherein justice has not been served to many of the citizens of Black African Americans. And as you can see, we see Caucasian with faith on their shirt as well as a peace symbol representing that we want justice. This is something that goes beyond skin color. This is something that goes beyond political party affiliation. This is something that goes beyond your religious persuasion. Whether you be a Muslim, a Christian, or Jew, or Hindu, atheist, or other. Every man and woman has a right in this country, the United States of America. And we do want to see justice. Here again, the question is asked, why were just the black bars visited and questions asked? Why not all the white bars as well? But there must be justice in Valdosta and Lowndes County. We cannot continue to see this go on and on without any solution or conclusion. We also want Governor Nathan Deal to step in. If he could step in and issue an executive order in the 15 concerning alleged ballot voter fraud, then surely he should be able to step into Lowndes County and find out what is going on with the 30 jail deaths, the 8 alleged suicides or questionable death, along with many other things that happens in South Georgia here that seem to be a place wherein there is no justice for certain people. It is time for a change. These 130 people have made a mark. Once again, we see people come, but we see very little news media coverage.
And this is the truth. And then we kind of went back home. Let's listen.